You've likely heard an officer ask, "You don't mind if I take a quick look, right?" It sounds harmless, polite even, but here's what almost no one realizes. Your answer, whether it's yes, no, or even silence, can be twisted into permission. Permission to pull you from the car, tear it apart, detain you, or worse. And in a stunning legal twist, the Supreme Court says police don't have to tell you that you're allowed to refuse. I'm Jeff Hampton, the people's lawyer. And in this video, I'm exposing the precise consent traps officers use to get inside your vehicle, and showing you exactly how to shut them down before it's too late. Stick around until the end, because I'll give you a word-for-word script you can screenshot or memorize. If you're ever in this situation, you'll know exactly what to say to stop these traps in their tracks. Let's start with trap number 1, the double negative question. You're pulled over, heart racing. The officer leans in. "Don't mind if I look around, do you?" It sounds casual, but it's a verbal minefield. Say yes, and you may have meant, "Yes, I do mind," but the report will read, "Driver consented to search." Say no, and they can claim you said, "No, I don't mind." However you answer, the officer wins, because the question is designed to confuse you under pressure. Now picture this. The officer follows up with, "Nothing illegal in the car, right?" You nervously say, "Well, no." Then comes, "Okay, so you don't mind if I take a look." Your adrenaline is surging. The phrasing scrambles your thinking. You mumble something like, "Yeah, I guess." Just like that, you've given consent. And that's only the first trick. The next one is even more manipulative, because it weaponizes your own words against you. But first, here's how to neutralize trap number 1. Never answer a trick question with yes or no. Instead, respond with crystal clarity. "Officer, I do not consent to a search." Repeat it if you must. That one sentence removes all ambiguity. And if you're on body cam or recording, it's all preserved. They can't later claim you somehow agreed. That brings us to trap number 2, the two-step setup. This is the if you have nothing to hide mind game officers love. Step 1, the hook. Is there anything illegal in this vehicle? Most people instinctively say no, nothing at all. You're innocent. You just want to go home. Step 2, the trap. "Well then, you don't mind if I take a look, do you?" Now you're cornered. If you say yes, you surrender your rights. If you say no, it feels like you've just admitted to lying. That tension is exactly why police use this tactic. They're using your instinct to appear honest against you. Here's the legal truth. You're never required to prove your innocence by surrendering your privacy. This trap bothers me most because our Constitution guarantees your right to refuse a search under the Fourth Amendment. You should never feel guilty for saying no. So how do you defeat the two-step trap? When the officer asks, "Is there anything illegal in the vehicle?" you can say, "Officer, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent and my Sixth Amendment right to counsel. I will not answer questions without my lawyer present." You might worry it makes you look guilty, but looking guilty isn't a crime. Waiving your rights is what puts innocent people in handcuffs. "But Jeff," you might say, "I haven't done anything wrong. I'll just answer." Fair enough. So you tell the officer, "There's nothing illegal in my car." You know what's next. "Well, you don't mind if I take a look, do you?" This is where you must resist the urge to cooperate at all costs. Look at the officer and say, "Officer, there's nothing illegal in my car, but I do not consent to a search." You can hold both truths at once. You can be innocent and refuse to let an officer dig through your car. If the two-step wasn't enough, let's move to trap number 3, the quick look lie. This one sounds so harmless. "Mind if I take a quick look around?" Just a peek. "I'll have you on your way." Quick feels minor. You imagine them glancing inside and sending you off. In reality, that quick look can turn into an hour-long teardown of your entire vehicle. I've seen case after case where just a peek leads to dismantled interiors, belongings scattered, and drivers left on the roadside to put it all back together. Once you say yes to a quick look, courts grant police broad authority to search anywhere they reasonably suspect something might be. And that can mean bags, compartments, under seats, and more. And if they see or smell anything they call suspicious, that gives them probable cause to dig even deeper. How do you stop the quick look trap? Anytime you hear quick peek or just a look, remember, that's code for I'm going to do a full search and tear up anything I want. When you feel pressured, say, "Officer, I understand you just want to look around, but I do not consent to a search. I'm exercising my constitutional right not to answer further questions. The officer will likely push back. What are you hiding? If you've done nothing wrong, why not let me look? Do not argue. Simply repeat. Officer, this isn't about hiding anything. I have a constitutional right, and I do not consent to a search. Stay firm. But even if you say no, officers often jump to trap number 4, the warrant threat. You've held your ground. Now you hear, if you don't let me search, I'll just get a warrant. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. You'll be here for hours. This is psychological warfare. They want you to believe your day will be ruined unless you cooperate. Here's what they're not telling you. To get a warrant, they need 1, actual probable cause, 2, time to draft an affidavit, and 3, a judge willing to sign it. If they already had strong probable cause, they wouldn't be asking for your consent. They'd be searching anyway. So when an officer says, I'm going to get a warrant, what they really mean is, I hope you're naive enough to say yes, because I don't have enough evidence without you. Your response should be calm and clear. Officer, I do not consent to a search. If you believe you have probable cause, I'll wait while you get the warrant. You just call their bluff without arguing or escalating. If they search anyway, do not physically resist. Instead, state clearly, preferably on recording, I do not consent to this search. I am protesting this as a violation of my constitutional rights. You won't win the fight on the roadside, you'll win it in court. And if your rights were violated, you may later hold them accountable. Finally, trap number 5, the fake order. This is the sneakiest one, because it's not even a question. I'm going to search your vehicle now. Pop the trunk. It sounds like a command, not a request. Most people think he said he's doing it, so I have no choice, and they comply. Later, the report will say, driver consented. Sometimes they'll even add a trailing, okay, fishing for a nod or mumbled reply to claim permission. Your move? Flip it back into a question and draw the line. Officer, are you asking for my permission, or is this an order? Because I do not consent. A shorter version. If you're asking my permission, I do not consent. If they say it's an order, respond. Then I do not consent to any search. And if they proceed, repeat it calmly. Do not resist physically. Now, here's the exact script I promised, ready for you to use. For confusing questions, don't mind if I search, right? Sad face. Officer, I do not consent to any search. Am I free to leave? For the 2-step trap, anything illegal? Sad face. Option A, silence route. Officer, I invoke my 5th and 6th Amendment rights and will not answer questions without a lawyer. Option B, if you've already said nothing illegal, officer, there's nothing illegal, but I do not consent to any search. For the quick look, officer, I know this sounds minor, but I do not consent to any search, even a quick look. For the warrant threat, officer, I do not consent. If you believe you have evidence for a warrant, I'll wait. For the fake order, officer, are you asking or ordering? I do not consent to a search. Remember, you're not being rude or difficult. You're standing up for rights that belong to every one of us. Police are trained to get your consent. Your silence or nervous mumbling can be used against you. But your words, clear, firm, and constitutional, are your firewall. We've covered the major consent traps on traffic stops. But did you know officers have even more tricks up their sleeves? In my next video, I break down how to stop police from misleading you during traffic encounters altogether. Click here to keep your rights protected. I'll see you over there.